Hello there, welcome to the news on Nepal television. I am Rosina Rai, starting with the top stories. Prime Minister Dahal intensifies the preparations to expand government by tomorrow, meeting of ruling alliance summoned for today. Search and rescue efforts underway in Mississippi after deadly tornado hit the U.S. state. 26 deaths are confirmed so far. Russia to station tactical nuclear weapons in Belarus. Zelensky says Ukraine's offensive cannot start until West sends more military support. And Joselu scores twice in 2 minutes of his international debut as Spain beats Norway in Euro 2024 qualifiers. Wales holds Croatia to 1-0 draw. Welcome back. Now the news in details. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal is likely to expand the cabinet by Monday. According to Maoist leader Devendra Paudel, Prime Minister Dahal is holding separate consultations with the ruling coalition parties to finalize the portfolios. Paudel stated that PM Dahal has intensified preparations to expand the government by Monday, and he believes that the agenda of giving a complete shape to the government will be concluded soon, as it is crucial for addressing people's aspirations. In the meantime, the ruling Maoist Centre has also increased its meeting to make the task of the federal parliament more effective. Paudel stated that the party would engage its efforts to finalize significant bills, including the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, in consultation with the ruling coalition partners and parliamentarians. The meeting of the House of Representatives is being held at 1 p.m. today. As per the possible agendas unveiled by the Parliament Secretariat, Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal is slated to present a proposal that a Constitutional Council First Amendment Bill 2079 should be considered. A proposal on consideration of Investigation, Truth and Reconciliation Commission Third Amendment Bill 2079 is also being presented in the House meeting. Today's meeting will pass a condolence motion on the demise of Constituent Assembly member Ganesh Prasad Bimali. Bimali was elected as a proportional member from the Nepali Congress in the Constituent Assembly election of 2013. The meeting of National Assembly also is being called today. National Assembly member Beduram Bhusal is slated to submit the National Dignity Bill 2079 in the meeting. The historic pond located in the heart of Kathmandu, Ranipokhari, has been opened for the public for the first time after reconstruction. The Kathmandu metropolitan city says Ranipokhari will remain open to the public from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and free of cost. This is the first time that the historic pond has been open to the public for visits following its long reconstruction process after the 2015 earthquake damage. The National Reconstruction Authority completed the reconstruction in 5 years. We shall get back with more national and international updates at the side we do have. Stay with us. Time for a short break. Welcome back. Now the remaining updates. A national level tiger workshop convention has kicked off in Thakurdwara of Bardia district. Convention was conducted in view of the conflict between increased numbers of tigers and humans. The workshop seminar has aimed to create an environment where both tigers and humans can live together in harmony without any conflict that has reported often. In addition, the importance, challenges and management of tiger conservation are the major objectives of the seminar. Chief Conservation Officer of Bardia National Park, Ashok Bhandari, said political discussions are being held with collaboration and coordination with the local level, province government and other stakeholders to make locals aware about the importance of the tiger. Various experts from the field are the parts of the seminar, which will last for 4 days. Search and rescue. Now we have international headliners, that is U.S. Mississippi tornado. Search and rescue efforts are continuing in Mississippi after a deadly tornado hit the U.S. state. At least 26 people have died in the state and one in Alabama, with dozens more left injured by Friday's tornado. The storms devastated several rural towns, with Rolling Fork in western Saki County almost completely wiped out. Mississippi State Governor Ted Reeves has declared a state of emergency to help respond to the damage. U.S. President Joe Biden also described the images coming out of Mississippi as heartbreaking and said the federal government would do everything we can to help. Russia will station tactical nuclear weapons in Belarus, President Vladimir Putin has said. President Putin said the move would not violate nuclear non-proliferation agreements and compare it to the U.S. stationing its weapon in Europe. According to Russian state media, Moscow would not be transferring control of its arms to Minsk, he added. The U.S. said it did not believe Russia was preparing to use the nuclear weapons after the announcement. Meanwhile, President Volodymyr Zelensky has said Ukraine's counteroffensive against Russia cannot start until Western allies send more military support. He told a Japanese newspaper he would not send his troops to the front lines without more tanks, artillery and HIMARS rocket launchers. We have more international headliners at the side. Stay with us. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Now the remaining international headliners. Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant has called on Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to halt controversial plans for an overhaul of the justice system. His intervention comes as Israelis opposed to the changes held mass rallies across the country for the 12th week in a row. Gallant added his voice to warnings the crisis is causing social upheaval and could harm Israel's security. So far, however, Netanyahu has defied calls to scrap the shakeup. France has banned the recreational use of TikTok, Twitter, Instagram and other apps on government employees' phones because of concerns about insufficient data security measures. The ban is to come into force immediately, the Ministry of Public Sector Transformation and Civil Service wrote on Twitter on Friday. Stanislas-Guérini said for several weeks, several of France's European and international partners have adopted measures to restrict or ban the downloading and installation of or the use of the Chinese-owned video-sharing app TikTok by their administrations. Guérini said the recreational applications do not have sufficient levels of cyber security and data protection in order to be deployed on administration equipment, adding that exemptions can be given for professional reasons such as institutional communication of an administration. To the more updates before that, let's have a quick look into the highlights of the site. Moving on to sports now. Former Newcastle and stroke striker Joselu scored twice in 2 minutes on his international debut as Spain beat Norway in Euro 2024 qualifying. Joselu, 32, scored 2 late goals in under 2 minutes to seal victory for Luis de la Fuente in his first outing as Spain boss. Spain topped Group A alongside Scotland, who beat Cyprus 3-0 on Saturday. In other matches, Wales' debutant Nathan Broadhead secured a stunning 1-1 draw for Robert Pace's side as they scored with their only shot on target in Split. Qatari Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani has submitted a new bid to buy Manchester United. According to UK media reports, the offer is believed to be worth about £5 billion, as Sky Sports News reported. Jassim, a son of Qatar's former Prime Minister, launched the bid in February. British billionaire Jim Ratcliffe submitted a revised bid on Thursday as Finnish entrepreneur Thomas Gillikas entered the race to own the Old Trafford club. Bidders were initially told they had until 21 GMT on Wednesday to submit new offers, but that deadline was reportedly extended. One or more of the initial bids were understood to be in the region of £4.5 billion. Such a price would make Manchester United, which have not won the Premier League for a decade, the most expensive sports club in history, although it would be short of the £6 billion valuation reportedly placed on United by its current US-based owners, the Glazer family. We are almost at the end of this news bulletin, but before we say goodbye, quick reminders of the top stories again. Prime Minister Dahal intensifies preparations to expand government by tomorrow, meeting a ruling alliance summoned for today. Search and rescue efforts underway in Mississippi after a deadly tornado hit the U.S. state. 26 deaths confirmed so far. Russia to station tactical nuclear weapons in Belarus. Zelensky says Ukraine's offensive cannot start until West sends more military support. And Jolesu scored twice in 2 minutes on the international debut as Spain beats Norway in Euro 2024 qualifiers. Wales hold Croatia to a 1-1 draw. Well, this is all we have for this moment. Until our next bulletin, have a good day ahead. Namaste.